What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today I just wanted to briefly talk about the new gameplay reveal trailer for Battlefield 2042. Now we did get the cinematic trailer last week, but that didn't show off really any gameplay, whereas this is showing off some gameplay clips. However, most of it was more like cinematic gameplay clips. It didn't really show off what the actual gameplay and gunfights and everything are going to look like. It's more so we just get to see the game from the perspective of what it would look like when you're in the game. But it's mainly just the characters looking around at all the cool cinematic things that are happening. Having said that though, we do get a lot of extra information from this trailer, and it's definitely getting me a whole lot more excited for this game. Now, a few things to point out. The first things that caught my eye is, especially for a pre-alpha, this game is looking really good aesthetically. And that's not a massive surprise because this is built for next gen and this is a Battlefield game. Battlefield games always tend to look quite good compared to a lot of competitors. But I just like how good this looks, as well as the apparent scale. We don't get a full indication of the scale of the maps themselves from this gameplay trailer, but at least from what we can see in here, the scale does appear to be massive, which is no surprise with 128 players in the same match. Now, a big unique thing they showed off here is one of the specialist items, and this was the Grappling Hook, which looks like it's going to create some very exciting and interesting moments and really cool clips and stuff. And I love that. It's just going to create more potential for those big Battlefield moments. Additionally, we got a sneak peek at one of the new features they're adding to this game that they talked about earlier in the week, but now we can actually see what it looks like, and this is the ability to swap attachments on the fly without accessing any menus. Instead, you do this all in real time in the game and it changes instantly. And at least with the example they showed, it looks like we can swap out optics, muzzle attachments, magazines, as well as grips. And this could just be scratching the surface. There might be even more customization available. But I think this is a really neat feature for when you have a downtime, like when you're riding an elevator or you're just planning on changing up your approach to a situation. I think this is going to lead to some interesting and more dynamic gameplay. Another thing that's new and unique to Battlefield, to my knowledge at least, please forgive me for any potential ignorance here. I am primarily a COD player. I'm sure most of you guys know that. I'm really looking forward to getting into this Battlefield game. But just know, even though I've dabbled with basically every Battlefield game out there, I'm not an expert when it comes to this. I don't remember all the details. But to my knowledge, this is the first time we've had access to wingsuits like this in the actual gameplay. And I think that's also just another one of those features that's going to lead to a lot of cool clips and stuff, and those really cool big moments. Now, aside from that, like I said, they didn't really show off what real gameplay really looks like in the moment. Like, they didn't really show off a whole lot of gunfights or anything like that. It was mainly a cinematic gameplay trailer. But I also tried to take a look at the loadouts that you can create here, and it really seems like you're able to mix and match things like never before in Battlefield. Normally in Battlefield, you select your class, and that's going to determine a lot of the things that you're able to use at any given time, and there wasn't much freedom to mix and match, which was a huge part of the balancing of the game. And that's something that I've always seen as a unique feature of Battlefield. That's something that defines Battlefield. And it seems like they're really going to be branching away from that and allowing people to mix and match things a whole lot more. And it's going to be more so focused on the specialists. And that's what's going to define your playstyle more than anything. At least that's the initial impression that I'm getting here, just looking at the various loadouts that you can make and the different combinations that you can have. And I'm not too sure how that's going to fly with the really dedicated Battlefield fans. I feel like this is an area that could cause some resistance with the dedicated fan base. But at the same time, I feel like this is something that could make the game a lot more accessible to players like myself that are primarily into Call of Duty, but really not feeling happy with Call of Duty lately and looking to branch out into something different. This might be that type of thing that eases that transition for a lot of non-Battlefield players, and I think it could be very successful in improving the sales and the overall reach that Battlefield has. And I do see this as a similar decision to what Modern Warfare 2019 tried to do, where they branched out and they changed several things that weren't too popular with the dedicated COD player base, but they were clearly designed to attract people from other first-person games like Battlefield players as well as Rainbow Six Siege players. They tried to make the game more tactical, and then they created like the ground war style mode trying to attract some Battlefield players over. So I kind of see this specialist system as Battlefield's way of doing that, trying to bring in a new set of players, even though it may not be loved by the Battlefield veterans. Of course, we really do need to see a whole lot more information and actual gameplay, like full-scale gameplay where we can actually see what it looks like while playing the game rather than just a cinematic sort of look, in order to see just how much these specialists change the gameplay and how this whole class system is going to be working now. So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to my thoughts of this trailer. Like I said, I am really excited for this year's Battlefield game, and I'm more willing than ever before to put the time in and properly learn the game and stick to it long term. The hype is definitely building for me here, and I'm just craving new information as well as raw gameplay at this point to really see what this is going to look and play like. But of course, that is just my opinion. I'd like to know in the comment section below, what did you guys think of this gameplay reveal trailer for Battlefield 2042? Also, based on what we know so far, what are your thoughts on the specialist system and the apparent ability to mix and match classes like never before in Battlefield? Do you think this is going to be a generally positive change or negative change to the gameplay? Just let me know those thoughts down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.